All right, so today we are doing a deep dive into sugar cravings.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, everyone seems to have them, and everyone always wants to get rid of them.
Right.
And so this blog post that we found is called Top 5 Reasons I'm Having Sugar Cravings and How I Can Break My Sugar Addiction in 7 Days for a Healthier 2025.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. It goes through
Yeah.
why we have sugar cravings, and then it gives like a little 7-day plan.
Like a detox.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
To like try to get rid of them.
Yeah.
So we'll go through that and see what we think.
Okay.
So first it starts out with just like the reasons why we crave sugar.
Okay.
And some of these I was like, oh yeah, I know that.
Uh-huh.
And then some of them I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't really realize that.
Oh.
So the first one is blood sugar imbalance.
Okay.
And this is like that classic thing where you eat sugar and then you crash.
Yeah, you get that like sugar high and then you just feel terrible.
Exactly. And then you want more sugar.
You just want more sugar to like bring you back up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's like this whole cycle.
Yeah.
And so this blog post kind of goes into like the mechanisms of how that happens.
I mean, that makes sense that would be number one.
Yeah.
It's like the most common reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So it talks about how like when your blood sugar spikes,
Uh-huh.
your body releases insulin.
Okay.
And so then insulin kind of like overcorrects sometimes.
Oh, so it drops your blood sugar too low?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that makes you feel,
Tired.
yeah, or shaky,
Yeah.
or like you need sugar.
And irritable.
Yes, irritable.
All those things.
Yeah, all those things.
Interesting.
And so, yeah, it's just this whole cycle.
And so it's not even really willpower at that point. You're just like physically
Yes,
like needing that.
exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy.
Oh.
Okay, so the next one is nutrient deficiencies.
Okay.
Um, and this one I thought was really interesting
Yeah. Tell me more.
because it's kind of like sometimes your body is craving sugar, but what it really needs is
Nutrients?
certain nutrients.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like it's craving energy.
Yeah.
And so it thinks sugar is the fastest way to get it.
Makes sense.
But what it really needs is like magnesium or chromium or
Oh, interesting.
like different things like that.
Wow.
So I thought that was really fascinating.
So you might think you're craving sugar when really you just need like a salad.
Yeah, or like some nuts.
Some nuts. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. What else is on the list?
Okay, this one I was like, what?
Okay.
Dehydration.
What?
Yeah, so it's saying that sometimes when you think you're hungry,
Uh-huh.
you're actually just thirsty.
Okay.
And so your body's like, I need something.
Yeah.
Give me the fastest energy I can get,
Right.
which it thinks is sugar.
Oh, so instead of reaching for a glass of water, you reach for a cookie.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I know I've definitely done that before.
I can see that. Yeah.
Where it's like, especially in the afternoon, you get that like, yeah, that slump. And you're like, I need sugar.
Yeah. I need to pick me up.
And it's like, maybe you just need water.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, what about this one? Stress
Oh, yeah.
and emotional eating.
Oh, yeah. That is a big one.
Yeah, so this one's pretty self-explanatory. It's like when you're stressed,
You want the comfort food.
yeah, you want that
It's
comfort.
a dopamine hit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then that kind of makes you feel worse later.
Yeah, because it's not really solving the problem. It's
Yeah.
just kind of like a temporary Band-Aid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, last one.
Okay, hit me.
Food additives.
Oh.
So like artificial sweeteners.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one I was like,
Because you think that that would be like the healthier option?
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's saying that actually those can trick your brain
Oh, interesting.
into wanting more sugar.
Oh, so it makes your cravings worse.
Yeah, and it can also like mess with your hormones,
Oh,
and
wow.
your gut health and stuff.
So it's like a double whammy.
Yeah.
You think you're doing something good, but you're actually...
You're making it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So those are the 5 reasons.
Okay.
Did any of those like particularly resonate with you?
Let me think. I mean, I think they all kind of make sense in their own way.
Yeah.
But I guess like the dehydration one is one that I hadn't really thought about before.
Yeah, me too.
Like I know that I don't drink enough water,
Mm-hmm.
and so I wonder if like sometimes those cravings are actually just me being thirsty.
Yeah, it's so easy to just like grab a soda or something
Right, totally.
instead of water.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we move into the 7-day plan?
Yeah, let's see what this detox is all about.
Okay, so it's broken down into phases.
Okay.
So the first 2 days are the withdrawal phase.
Okay, so that's probably the hardest part.
Probably, yeah. So it's like when you're first cutting back on sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And so it talks about like, You might have headaches or feel irritable or tired.
Yeah, like the classic withdrawal symptoms.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so get some tips for dealing with that.
Okay, like what?
So the first one is hydration.
Okay, so drinking lots of water.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's like, okay, we all know we should drink water.
Right.
But it's like, why is it especially important during this time?
Yeah, I'm curious.
So it's saying that like when you cut back on sugar, your body's kind of going through a detox.
Mm-hmm.
And so the water helps flesh out those toxins.
Okay, so it's like giving your body a little cleanse.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it also like helps keep everything functioning properly.
Right, like your organs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it even suggests like adding lemon or cucumber to your water.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
To make it more appealing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also it says that those flavors can kind of like trick your taste buds
Oh, interesting.
into thinking they're getting something sweet.
Okay, so it's like a little hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so the next tip is electrolyte replenishment.
Electrolytes, okay.
Yeah, and it specifically recommends coconut water.
Oh, interesting.
Have you ever had coconut water?
Yeah, I like it.
It's kind of like...
It's kind of sweet, but not too sweet.
Yeah. And so it's saying that like when you cut back on sugar,
Uh-huh.
your electrolytes can get out of balance.
Okay.
And so that can contribute to those withdrawal symptoms,
Oh, I see.
like headaches and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And so coconut water is like a good source of electrolytes.
Okay, so it's like replenishing what you've lost.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it also says if you don't like coconut water, you can have like electrolyte drinks
Okay.
or bone broth or even make your own
Oh, interesting.
with like water and lemon juice and salt.
Okay, I might have to try that.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so the next tip is movement.
Movement, okay.
So it recommends like walking or yoga.
Okay, so like gentle movement.
Yeah, nothing too intense.
Mhm.
And it was saying that like movement can help boost your circulation,
Uh-huh.
release endorphins.
Which make you feel good?
Yeah, and reduce stress.
Okay, so it's kind of like fighting those withdrawal symptoms
Exactly.
on multiple fronts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like even if you don't feel like exercising,
Uh-huh.
it can actually help.
Okay, good to know.
And then the last tip for this phase
Okay.
is distraction.
Distraction. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's saying that like sometimes when you're having cravings,
Mm-hmm.
it's helpful to just like distract yourself.
Okay, so like take your mind off of it.
Yeah. So it suggests like reading a book
Okay.
or listening to music
Uh-huh.
or spending time in nature
Yeah, all good things.
or even doing a puzzle.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like puzzles.
Yeah. It's just like anything to kind of like.
Keep your mind busy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the withdrawal phase.
Okay, so we survived.
We survived.
What's next?
Okay. So days 3 and 4 are the adjustment phase.
Adjustment. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like your body's starting to adapt to less sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And so the cravings are probably not as intense.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And so this phase is about like nourishing your body
Okay.
and establishing healthy habits.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So what kind of habits are we talking about?
Okay. So the first one is meal planning.
Meal planning. Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever tried meal planning?
I've tried, but I'm not really good at it.
Yeah. It can be tough.
Yeah.
But it's saying that like when you plan your meals in advance,
Mm-hmm.
you're less likely to make impulsive decisions.
That's true.
Yeah. Like when you're hungry.
Yeah, you just grab whatever's easy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And usually that's not the healthiest option.
Right, exactly.
So meal planning can kind of like help you stay on track.
Okay, so it's like setting yourself up for success.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next tip is finding healthy alternatives.
Okay, like for sweets?
Yeah.
I don't...
So it's not saying you have to like completely cut out sweets.
Yeah. Okay, good, because I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
But it's like finding healthier ways to satisfy those cravings.
Right.
So like instead of having a regular chocolate bar,
Uh-huh.
maybe you have like a sugar-free chocolate bar.
Okay.
Or instead of ice cream, you have like a...
An ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it says that like there are so many options now.
Yeah, it seems like there are new things coming out all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just about finding things that you enjoy.
Right. It shouldn't feel like a punishment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last tip for this phase is sleep.
Sleep. Okay.
Yeah. So we all know sleep is important,
Right.
but it's especially important when you're trying to break a sugar addiction.
Oh, why is that?
So it's saying that like when you're sleep deprived,
Uh-huh.
your cravings are stronger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And your willpower is weaker.
Yeah, like you just don't have the energy to resist.
Exactly. So it's really important to get enough sleep.
Okay, so like 7 to 8 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Um, all right, so that was the adjustment phase.
Okay, so 2 phases down.
2 down, 2 to go.
Okay, bring on the next one.
All right, so we made it.
We did it.
2 phases down
Yeah, 2 to go.
of this whole sugar detox plan.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about this last phase though.
Yeah.
This maintenance phase.
Yeah, me too. Because it's like, okay, we can do a 7-day detox, but like, how do we keep it going?
Right. Like, how do we not just go back to our old habits?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's saying that this phase is about like building on those habits
Okay.
that we established in the first 6 days.
Yeah.
So like hydration, nourishing foods, mindful eating, stress management.
Yeah.
And it's like those things kind of become like your foundation
Okay.
for a healthier lifestyle.
So it's not just about like those 7 days. It's
Right.
about like making those things a part of your life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think like the tricky part is
Yeah.
like, what about those times when you just really want a treat?
Yeah. Like, how do you not just fall back into old patterns?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's saying that it's about like
Okay.
having a plan.
Okay.
So like if you know that stress makes you crave sugar,
Uh-huh.
then maybe you have like a list of things you can do instead.
Oh, okay. So like instead of reaching for the cookies,
Yeah.
you go for a walk or
Yeah.
call a friend or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it also talks about like changing your mindset about treats.
Okay.
So instead of viewing them as like bad or forbidden,
Uh-huh.
it's like allowing yourself to have them,
Okay.
but like mindfully.
Mindfully, yeah.
So like really savoring it.
Yeah, like appreciating every bite.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it also talks about like what happens if you do slip up.
Yeah, because that's bound to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's saying that like the most important thing is to be kind to yourself.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So don't beat yourself up.
Right.
If you have a cookie.
Yeah, because then you just feel worse.
Right.
And then you want more cookies.
Exactly.
It's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah. So it's like just view it as a learning experience.
Okay.
And be like, okay, what can I do differently next time?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a really interesting deep dive.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Me too.
I think my biggest takeaway is like
Yeah.
just how much like our mindset plays a role in all of this.
Yeah, like it's not just about willpower. It's about
Right.
like understanding your body and
Yeah.
your triggers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive.
Of course, it was fun.
Yeah. And to all of our listeners out there,
Yeah.
thanks for listening.
And good luck on your journey.
Yes. Good luck with your sugar cravings.
Yeah, we're all in this together.
We are.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.